Yeah, actually, let's make this a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna redo this. The wrestlers, the characters in the ring. Let's redo this. Who would we put at the top? Who would we put at the bottom? I've never seen the Great Khali do anything exciting. He is very large. Bret Hart is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. I actually last, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I watched that match, the WrestleMania match that was Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. What an amazing match. That was such a good match. And it was this very fascinating dynamic, which was, it was Stone Cold as this like asshole, but he was fighting for what he wanted. So he was like an anti-hero. And then you had Bret Hart going, but what do I have to do to beat him? So being this all-time face, but starting to do heelish things. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to separate the person from the persona. And also, just because this is a discussion, give me 1 second. I need to add in what you guys are saying. There we go. Now everybody can see what's going on. There are so many garbage people in this list. But yeah, I mean, we'll reassess this eventually, but like obviously Stone Cold, The Rock. You know what? I was never very well excited by Triple H. I don't know anything about Alberto Del Rio. Seth Rollins is a great wrestler. I just don't care for his characters. Big Show was constantly mid. He was always there, and he was always okay. So I'm right along with you. That good but not great. Not at full potential. He had times. Remember that time that Hulk Hogan pushed him off the roof of an arena after a monster truck battle, and then he came back later that night? That was pretty cool. That was in World Championship Wrestling. As far as a wrestler is concerned, yeah, the only thing that I would discredit The Undertaker for is like his last few years, where it seemed like he was just like, I want to end this, and Vince was like, but what if one more? This is just for gimmick / personal / iconic storylines. Yes. Some of these wrestlers I wasn't really around for. I never really cared for a Ric Flair match, but I have to give him some credit for the things that his character has done for the industry. I can't believe that rejected. Yeah, he never broke kayfabe, which is, I mean, you could argue that his biker persona allowed him to be normal, but which Blood Money match? Was it the one with Goldberg? The one where Goldberg almost killed him? Kind of like the way Goldberg ended Bret Hart's career. Kind of like the way Bret Hart ended... I mean, sorry, Goldberg. Man, why isn't Goldberg on here? Oh, we have masked Kane and unmasked Kane. I'm starting to think that maybe Brad made this list. Corbin is not at full potential is a nice way of saying it. He's less than mid. I'm a big fan of Baron Corbin. I don't like the happy gimmick. I don't like the lucky gimmick. I think he's a very talented wrestler, and I think that he could do really good things. I still think of great matches, and I watched it on a cell phone in a parking lot on my lunch break. I watched Baron Corbin versus Chad Gable, King of the Ring, 2 times ago. and it was a qualifying match, and that was an absolutely amazing match. I'm going to put Corbin at good but not great, but man, he's close. I think if you look at most people last few years in wrestling, they suffer a comparison to their prime. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Who else we got? Now, some of this is going to be tainted because I just haven't been around for them. Gable's fucking awesome. I really want to see more Chad Gable on my TV screen. His characters are okay, but he's an amazing wrestler. He's really good. We were talking about WrestleMania, the tag team showcase match. Just that entire sequence with him and Angelo Dawkins was fantastic. And it's not like, of course, Angelo Dawkins is also good, but it seems like the common denominator in all these great sequences is Chad Gable. He can be really funny. Hogan, as far as what he did for the company, I'm going to put him at good but not great, along with Flair. He was a huge influence on lots of people. He was a very important part of a lot of very iconic parts of wrestling. But he is boring as shit. I can't think of a single Hulk Hogan match where I was like, oh my God, this is so good. He was one of my childhood favorites because he was so hyped. Yeah. Cena is not a GOAT for me. I understand him never going heel. Yeah, I mean, heel Cena would be cool. I'd be interested in Cena because he is amazing on the mic. We're actually talking with a roofing guy earlier today about our favorite wrestlers. Oh shit. And I was making the case for workhorse mainstays. Yeah. Shit. Where are we going next? Let's go with Triple H. Triple H is one of the greats. My opinion of him is a little bit lessened just because he's now in WWE corporate. And I also don't know that I've watched any matches that were amazing because Triple H was in them. Actually, no, that's not true. There was a SummerSlam where DX had a match against the Nation of Domination. It was like a ladder match, and that was really impressive. I eat all my prayers and I say all my vitamins. You know, would have been a fantastic heel. Yeah. Oh, that would be really cool. Orange Cassidy's run with the IC belt has been awesome. Not a bad match, like 18 defenses. I don't know, man. Orange Cassidy's shtick ran thin on me starting like a year ago. He's a good wrestler, but it's just, for me, it's the gimmick is like, all right, I get it. Rob Van Dam. This is something where Rejected is going to have some very opinionated things to say about Rob Van Dam, the whole damn show. You're an enemy of fun. Well, yeah, but Rejected, where are we putting Rob Van Dam? I've seen him against John Cena at what was it, that last or second to last ECW pay-per-view? He was a god in ECW and not great in WWE. You say great? He's another one of those things where it's like I was always physically impressed with him, but I never really cared about the character. But he's done a lot of great things. I'll put him in great. I'll put him in there with Seth Rollins and Triple H. Sure. The two different Kanes. This is where we won't separate this one, because I'm gonna say that this one without the mask is just Glenn Jacobs. We'll put him down here with trash. Kane always felt like an afterthought to me from The Undertaker. I never really cared about any of his storylines. Well, yeah, missing here. He's wearing the full gear. Just put him down here in the trash. You can't even tell if he's wearing his wrestling gear or not. Maybe that's just naked Glenn Jacobs. I mean, I gotta put him in. I think Kane is good, but not great. He was another person that was just kind of billed as a big guy. Is Brad yelling at the TV yet? Ginger!
1 year strong. Get some. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. How you doing? It's been a while. I'm gonna have to disagree with the Hogan placement. All right. Well, this also, to me, this is the red and yellow Hogan, but it's also the Hollywood Hogan. You think he's technically great? What? You would take Brad's side? Well, of course you would. You guys got a thing going on. You think he should definitely be higher on the list? All right. Well, tell you what. If Brad gets in the chat, I'll hear him out. Chris Jericho. Definitely one of the greatest of all times. Looks like you're about to play Mortal Kombat. Yeah, we just started the stream out. We're doing a tier listing of some of the greatest wrestlers. I figured there would be less people interested in that later. But we're doing a tier list of this. We're eventually gonna do a tier list of cereal. I've got a brand new chat point reward to request a reading from the Book of Butts. And then we got Jackbox games, and we got What the Dub. AJ Styles grew on me a lot. Is AJ Styles one of the best of all time? I don't think I can put him there, but he is consistently great in the ring. I also am very unfamiliar with his work in other promotions. Kevin Nash, Diesel. What other characters has he been over the years? The Great and Powerful Oz. He's good. I don't think you can put Styles above the Nature Boy. Fucking watch me. If you want to put Flair above AJ Styles, you can start your own stream. I'm not a fan of Mox. He is a...
Let's see if it pays off for him.
Nash was amazing in DOA. What the hell's DOA? The Disciples of the Apocalypse? He wasn't in that faction. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by, Ginger. I'll see you around. Brad's listening. He's shaking his head so hard. Mox, I'm going to put it good, but not great. He bleeds when there's a stiff wind. It gets tiring after a while. And he is consistently there, though. He works really hard. He was in the movie Dead or Alive? Oh, shit. I didn't know that. We need some people to put it not at full potential. Yeah, Foxy, you're probably more familiar with like Dead or Alive beach volleyball. He was Tina's dad. Oh, Bass? I think his name was Bass. Okay, we're gonna put CM Punk at not at full potential. He's very problematic, apparently, in every different company he goes to. he's pretty good on the mic, but at the same time, I haven't seen him do anything in the ring that blows me away. I put you at not at full potential for this ranking. Rey Mysterio, one of the greatest of all times. He is really, really good. He also stopped aging 30 years ago. I could have put that a little bit lower, you know, if Dominic had beat him at Mania, but that didn't happen. Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan. He is also great. Is he great, or is he one of the GOATs? And I hate that term. I'll put him at great for now. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Edge. You think great for Danielson? I mean, I'm gonna put him up in the top. I think he might be a top tier superstar. He's amazing on the mic, and his ring work is flawless. You wouldn't say he's a GOAT yet. I mean, he's already been doing this for how long? Does he have to? Is he up there with The Undertaker, The Rock, Bret Hart, Stone Cold? Yeah, maybe you're right. How many other people have had sex on live TV? Just Edge. Yeah, Edge is still going. And I'll put him up there as one of the greatest of all times. Now, I missed a lot of Edge's late Attitude Era stuff. I didn't see the Rated R Superstar. I was around for the Brood, and then once the Brood became the Hardy Boys, once the Brood became became Edge and Christian, and it was them and the Hardys and the Dudley Boys in that legendary series of feuds. Amazing. Foxy would put him in, would goat him, give Edge the best surprise comeback. Yeah, it was a big surprise. It didn't have much weight with me, but I could see it in the crowd. I could hear it in the crowd. It was huge. John Cena. Ba-ba-da-ba. Great. I don't know that I can put him with one of the greatest of all times, but he's done so much for like Make-A-Wish, but that's him outside of the ring. I wasn't around for most of Cena's career. I wasn't watching, so I've only seen him do stuff for the past 5 or 6 years. I say he goes to good for losing to Theory. Well, you can't beat Theory. Brock Lesnar. You know what? I'm gonna put him at good. I don't know though. He's been growing on me recently. Lesnar, when I first started watching wrestling recently, like 5 or 6 years ago, Lesnar was brought in as a faceless, like he pretty much, he would just show up, not say anything, and then just flex and throw somebody, and then that was the main event of whatever show you had at the time. He needed Paul Heyman with him. But this face Lesnar showing up and doing things on his own and doing his own promos and stuff, he's talented. He's willing to give some things up to younger talent. He doesn't seem to be completely entitled is the word I'm looking for. I might bump Lesnar up to great. Create a wrestler default. Lesnar's the king of a 4-minute match. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's a shame Goldberg's not on this list. Am I right? Goldberg was the... Wow, I can't believe he had such an amazing undefeated streak in WCW. Yeah, that's because his matches, you could have booked 3 or 4 of them on every Nitro and then still had enough space on the card for another 3 or 4 wrestling matches. I'm going to put Kurt Angle as one of the greatest of all time. I think he did a great job. I think he did an absolutely great job with his career. Well, almost all of his career. There was a bit of it that got a little bit rocky. What is my hair doing? It got a little bit rocky, but he physically he was always there. I didn't get a chance to, I didn't watch his TNA stuff. I heard it got pretty rough in TNA. But integrity, intelligence, intensity, integrity, intelligence, that whole thing, the goofy Kurt Angle trying to be friends with Steve, his feud with Jericho when Jericho shortly after Jericho first hit the company. Kurt's doc was incredible. As in doc as in doctor or as in documentary? Not sure. GOAT for Angle, he's definitely great. He showed a great job with his comedic timing. Yeah. Yeah, and how many wrestlers have you seen that have like little personality and then creative goes, well, we're gonna put you in a funny role. We're gonna put you in a funny position. And then they fall flat on their face. Like what they did that with what? Perry Saturn. They did that with Steve Blackman. They did that with a bunch of people. You know, I'll put Kurt at great just because I think that GOATs shouldn't be so top heavy. Randy Orton is one of the greats. He's grown on me over the years. He's very talented in the ring, on the mic. He does a good job. Not at full potential. I guess I still don't fully understand. I guess I still don't fully understand what this category is, but Roddy Piper can definitely go there. I don't think I have ever watched a Roddy Piper promo or a match that really impressed me. And I also know that he did a lot of things that were much more polarizing today than they were back then. The entire lead up to the street fight against Hollywood Backlot Brawl versus Goldust was questionable. The whole thing that he did with wearing blackface on live TV. Piper is the best on the mic, and They Live is awesome. They Live is not awesome. They Live is not awesome. They Live is, you know what? It would be a lot more fun if they cut about 20 minutes out of that movie. And most of that is that one fight scene. Batista. I know next to nothing about Batista. I saw one match with Batista in it, and that was the last match that he had against Triple H. I didn't see what the big deal was. I'll put him along with Piper and CM Punk. And now chat. Now I need to know this. Is this a picture of Cactus Jack? Or is this a picture of Mick Foley? Do I assume that this encapsulates all of Mick Foley's characters? How do I approach this? I mean, yeah, Foley's a big deal. It doesn't really matter what character he is, right? I mean, obviously Mankind is top tier. Well, Cactus Jack. You don't put Mick Foley in GOAT tier. I'm a win tiki. Oh man. Is this my finalized list? I feel like these three categories shouldn't be equal. I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, these are created start fights. Now you think, oh my god, well this is here to create fights. Wait until we do the tier listing for cereal. You guys are gonna lose your minds. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, I think I'm gonna move Seth down. That's true. My list is not yours. Spirited debates. Ooh. You guys, I think this is my finalized list out of what was given to me. Greatest of all time: Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Chris Jericho, La Corazon de Leon, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, formerly known as Rey Mysterio Jr., Edge, and Mick Foley. Mick Foley. Where is HBK's not on this list? I don't know who made this. It was pre-made. If I had to put Shawn Michaels in this list, though, he would be one of the greatest of all time. Absolutely, he'd be at the top. I mean, who else isn't included in this list that you would have wanted to see? Two-thirds of the Shield, but not Roman. Yeah. And I mean, where would I put Roman? You know, it's interesting because obviously Roman is, especially currently, a really big deal, but I don't even think that the storyline really has all that much to do with Roman and his skills on the mic and his wrestling. I would probably put Roman at great, maybe good. There's no Macho Man. I'd put Macho Man at great. There's no Jake the Snake Roberts. My God. But we're gonna leave it at this. This is it. Yeah, that's a bit tough. He's great in your brain. Sandman. Yeah, but see, these are all ECW guys. I would have to go through and like make one of these things. Dusty Rhodes? You mean Cody Rhodes' dad? I would have to make one of these that just features wrestlers that I know. So anyway, those are the greatest wrestlers of all time.